Welcome to China Horse Business, the one and only podcast focusing on the booming Chinese equine market. Bringing to you by two experts of Chinese equine industry, Zoe King and Wen Li, from Shanghai and Beijing, introducing China to the world.
Good morning, Zoe. How's it going?
I'm feeling good. No COVID, no test, no QR code scanning anymore. China is ending the zero COVID policy.
Oh, that's absolutely a great news. According to Bloomberg News, from January 9, all travelers from overseas will be only required to self-isolate 3 days. This new measure will officially end the compulsory hotel quarantine for overseas travelers to China.
This means international travel will become normal again. What an exciting news!
Well, Zoe, a grand voyager like you, which country would you like to visit first when the borders reopen again?
Well, so many places I want to go. If I have to pick, I would say Thailand for leisure, France and UK for business. How about you?
Well, it has been a long time that I didn't go back to the UK. I think London will be my first choice.
Nice. I miss London too, but I will probably visit London again in spring or summertime, not in winter.
Well, winter in London can be tough, but you can also enjoy a very beautiful winter view as well.
Alright, so look forward to it.
Well, before we go anywhere, let's go to Shenzhen and see what happened there in today's China news session.
It was crazy because a helicopter has landed in the middle of an equestrian competition arena in Shenzhen in the recent Shenzhen Equestrian Open.
This is the first time that the Shenzhen organized its own equestrian competition, and they made it big.
10 equestrian clubs and 280 horse rider combinations from the Greater Bay Area took part in this competition. Although Greater Bay Area is one of the most developed regions in terms of equestrian sports, Shenzhen is a newcomer compared to cities like Guangzhou, Dongguan, and Huizhou. That's why the competition levels has not been set very high to allow more riders to join and compete.
But Shenzhen is the Chinese Silicon Valley, full of Chinese wealthy families and entrepreneurs. This competition attracted a few sponsors, including a helicopter leasing company. That's why there was a helicopter landed in the middle of the arena.
As soon as it landed, two important people came out of the helicopter. One is an official from the local government. The other is Mr. Chen Zhejia, the newly appointed president of the newly funded Shenzhen Equestrian Association that we will introduce you in today's China Club section.
Shenzhen Equestrian Association is founded in April this year. It is founded by the equestrian clubs, companies and professionals of the city dedicated to providing services and support to the development of the equestrian sport in Shenzhen.
In the first assembly of the association, Mr. Chen Zhejia was elected president. He is an important figure of the region, collecting many titles, such as Vice President of China Horse Industry Association, President of Guangdong Horse Industry Association, and President of Shenzhen Racing Association.
Mrs. Xiao Hong is also playing a very active role in Shenzhen Equestrian Association, being appointed as Deputy President. She is the chairwoman of the Camelot Equestrian Club, which we introduced in Season 2, Episode 25.
We also introduced a few equestrian clubs based in Shenzhen. They are Shenzhen Ruiao Equestrian Club in Season 2, Episode 15, Shenzhen Garden Equestrian Club in Season 2, Episode 39, Shenzhen William Equestrian Club in Season 3, Episode 2, Shenzhen Yema Equestrian Club in Season 3, Episode 9, Shenzhen Joy Pony in Season 3, Episode 13, and Shenzhen Shangwu Equestrian in Season 3, Episode 15.
As you can see, more equestrian clubs pop up recently. This proves the sport is booming in the city.
That's right. Now, moving on to our China Story session.
Today I invited one of my best friends, Alex Tong, and he is the Chinese representative NZB, and that is New Zealand Blastock, which is the biggest thoroughbred auction house in New Zealand. Alex, welcome.
Thanks, Coco. Can I call you Coco? Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely, please.
All right. Thanks for having me here in Wonder Horse. Great to catch up with you. Long time no see.
Yes. I know you spend a large amount of time in New Zealand and doing a lot of work on the farms and the sales. So please give us a brief introduction about yourself and how did you enter the equine industry?
Yeah, sure. My name is Alex Teng, and I'm originally from a city called Harbin in China, and I moved to New Zealand in 2014. I was a food technologist when I was living in China. And funny enough, I don't have any horse background before I come to New Zealand. My first job actually in New Zealand is a China-owned company. They're looking for someone to look after their exportation business. I'm the person to do that job. They do a large number of lower-end horses and export to China. So that's how I started. I was quite lucky enough to know some people, very nice people in the horse racing industry in China, and I got support from the key members of China Horse Owners Association, likes of Mr. Zhang Yuesheng, Mr. Huang, and Mr. Hong Wei Chen. So I was lucky enough they engaged me to buy some young horses from the sales in New Zealand. And yeah, then I also got a chance to manage their horses, race overseas. Sometimes most of them race in New Zealand, some of them in Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong as well. By 2018, there's an opportunity came up in New Zealand Bloodstock. I then talked to the managing director, Andrew Seabrook, asked him, can I give a go? And then I started to play the role of, like you mentioned, as China representative of New Zealand Bloodstock. Yeah, here I am.
Great. So tell us more about your role in the NZB and what do you do now as a horse professional?
Yes. As I mentioned, like you said at the very beginning, New Zealand Bloodstock is one of the best auction house around the world in horse racing industry, and also the only one in New Zealand. So I played a role of China representative. Like before COVID, I travel a lot, to visit different owners and clients and try to communicate with them, set up the business, bring them over to New Zealand to buy horses from our sale. Post-COVID, because of the travel restriction, I spent most of the time in the air freight team. So basically, look after the horses export to Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, and also China. So that's what I'm doing. During the whole process, I had a lot of guidance from Andrew Seabrook. He basically has guided me through from day one since I joined NZB.
Yes, I remember Andrew, and I vividly remember our joint experience in Yulong and in Erdaus and in other cities as well. Watching races and watching sales. And the last question is, what experience benefits you the most in your career?
Yeah, that's a pretty good question. I'm guessing the most valuable experience is that because, as I mentioned, I manage the racehorses for the overseas-based client, right? So you will have a lot of information, from managing these horses. Just like you can see how these young horses develop and what's the training program like, what's the education progress. It's sort of like a guidance and feedback from these horses, and you go back to see the horses when you bought them. So you basically get all this information, and it just give you more confidence next time you buy the young stock for the client. So that's, I believe, the most valuable experience from my job.
That sounds like a father watched a son grow up and play in the soccer field. And
yeah. Exactly.
Yes, great. And I hope that with the easing of the COVID protocols here in China, we can see each other in no time.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you. Yeah.
And we can see more NZ horses. Finally, can have more of them in Chinese racetracks.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That's great. Okay, next talk to you, Alex. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
That's all the time we have today. Let's talk again next week.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye. This podcast is co-hosted by Zoe King and Wen Li, powered by Wonder Horse, a business solution provider focusing on Chinese equine market and a bespoke equestrian community in China.